This Minecraft Championships was one of the best and funnest events yet, with so much happening throughout. But who rose to the occasion to grab the top spot? These are the top 10 players of MCC 25. But before we begin, let me know who you thought did incredibly this event in the comments section below. And whilst you're down there, remember to subscribe. I'm a small channel, but I have big dreams. So if you could subscribe, it would mean the world to me. Anyway, enough messing around. Let's start with 10th place, SMALLISHBEANS. It was an event to celebrate for Joel and the Green Guardians, as they not only finished in first overall, but also went on to win in Dodgeball, with Joel destroying in the first round, getting 3 incredible shots off, with him also showing his incredible bow skill in Meltdown, where he was incredible, excelling his team to domination in both the game and the event as a whole, with him getting an overall score of 2,609 points. However, before we move on, I also have to give a shout out to 5up who came 11th with the JOJOSOLOS, as well as Sylvie who came 12th, despite being called up only an hour beforehand. They both did incredible. 9th place, HBOMB 94. Another event and another win for HBOMB in Hole in the Wall, as he yet again showed his class with several brilliant performances throughout the event that placed his team on the edge of greatness with only Sands of... Oh wait. Yes, unfortunately for H, for the first time ever, Sands of Time was skipped, as the teams behind decided on parkour tag to stop Cyan from getting into Dodgeball. However, it wasn't enough to stop H, as he brought home a score of 2,644 points. 8th place, Pizza Hut. It seriously was a game of two halves for the legend that is Pizza Hut, as he was 40th after the first 4 games, and yet the comeback he produced will be forever remembered, as he came first in Ace Race, followed by second in Hole of the Wall, another first in To Get to the Other Side and Whack a Fan, and a third in Parkour Tag, which brought him back into the top 10 where he deserves, with a score of 2,698 points. 7th place, Puns. Puns and the Yellow Yaks also had an event of two halves, as they completely destroyed in some games, and then other games were, well, grid runners. But even so, Puns managed to do brilliantly, with 2 first place in both Meltdown and Parkour Tag, giving Puns a score of 2,727 points, which sadly was just not enough, as the Yaks missed out by just 67 points to the Purple Pandas to get into Dodgeball. 6th place, Purpled. On the flip side of Grid Runners was Purpled and the Aqua Axolotls, who did incredibly, managing to get first place within that game, with Purpled also managing to get in and around the top 10 for almost every single game, showing his dominance yet again. Even though he couldn't get a top 3 individual finish this time around, he should still be proud of his event and his score of 2,763 points, which was just 1 point behind 5th place, Antfrost. Antfrost finishes 2 places above his teammate Puns this event, with his second top 5 finish in a row. Him and his team did wonderfully, and whilst it's such a shame they only just missed out on Dodgeball, his performances in Hole in the Wall, Meltdown and Parkour Tag will certainly fill in with some hope they will be able to push for the win come next event. But whilst we're still focusing on this one, Antfrost came home with a score of 2,764 points. But before we move on, remember to subscribe. It would mean a lot to me as we get to the very surprising top 4, starting with 4th place, ILLUMINA. Okay, so obviously ILLUMINA is incredible, that's not up for question, but somehow coming 4th when your team finished 9th is extraordinary, as it only gets stranger when you look at the game results, with ILLUMINA not really excelling in anything in particular, with a 3rd in survival games and a team 2nd in grid runners being the best results for him. However, it does go to show that as long as you're consistent and just insanely good, that you're able to still battle with the best of the best, with his final score coming in at 2,882 points. Second place, Sapnap and Fruitberries? Yep, that's right, we have a draw for second place, which was in fact one of 3 draws this MCC. But to begin with, we're starting with Sapnap, who yet again proved why he's one of the best. Even without the other Dream Team members in this event, he managed to fill the shoes of both George and Dream, bringing yet another superb performance that saw him get another first place on BattleBox, as well as consistently brilliant performances throughout. Unluckily for his team, they couldn't manage to take it to the top to get him his 6th win. But let's be honest, it's on its way. On the other side of the second place medal is Fruitberries, who came so close to victory this event with so many brilliant performances throughout, from his first place in survival games to second in, of course, you guessed it, to get to the other side and whack a fan, which although it took his team to dodgeball, sadly didn't give him the glory he deserves. But even so, him and the Pandas can be proud of their almighty achievements, with Fruit and Sap both getting a score of 2,954 points. But even they couldn't match first place, JOJOSOLOS. Of course, the one and only JoJo takes first place after a superb performance throughout the event that propelled her and her team to glory. She's been superb ever since joining MCC and deserves all the recognition after this event, because she truly is brilliant. And if I hear anyone spout this not an S tier rubbish, then obviously all your opinions are wrong, because she's truly one of the best players to have ever graced the tournament. And with a score of 3,180 points, I can't wait to see what she can do next. But anyway, we've now reached the end of this MCC, so there's only one thing left to say, which is to thank you all so much for watching, and of course, peace.